Serving Christ and bearing fruit. In this Holy Week, we look forward with Jesus to the cross. There is surely no other death in human history which is so well known, nor every sign of the cross, whether worn on a chain around the neck, held in the hand, or adorning a building, so compelling a witness to his death. Facing death and talking with others about it is often difficult, especially in our culture. The past year, however, has forced many of us to confront it head-on, at a time when end-of-life conversations have never been more important. Sadly, so many have been denied the opportunity to either talk about it or be with the loved ones as they faced death. Jesus, in his public ministry, often identified with nature and everyday experiences to provide an image or symbol that would speak of deeper things. No more so, perhaps, than the use of a grain of wheat to open up the discussion about death and the fact that it is not the end, but rather the promise of a new beginning. Unless a grain of wheat falls into the earth and dies, it remains just a single grain. But if it dies, it bears much fruit. Verse 24 of John 12. You might prefer to substitute the word seed for grain. Either way, we are asked to focus on the end of life rather than on the plant or vegetable itself. I wonder what the word seed conjures up for you. Only this morning I received a seed catalogue in the post, brimming with suggestions for the garden, and photographs of healthy, abundant produce as an incentive for me to buy the seeds and set to. We all know the joy of a plant in full bloom, yet it cannot continue to bloom, because then it would cease to grow. It has to flourish, and wither, and fall away, allowing the seeds to fall to the earth. Only then can their seed bear fruit. Archaeologists studying the life of ancient people in Egypt found seeds as part of the ancient funeral rites. Japanese botanists found lotus seeds in a dry lake bed. They lay in a museum for 10 years and were estimated to be around 4,000 years old. Russians found some seeds which were carbon dated at 34,000 years. They had been encased in ice 124 feet deep. But when planted, all these seeds germinated and new plants grew, in turn producing more seeds. Seeds speak to me of life, of death, and of resurrection. And it is the way Jesus chose to talk to his disciples about his forthcoming death and what it would reveal to them about life eternal and the fruits of his being with them. I am not sure that the disciples were open to this example. They were overcome by shock at the prospect of losing Jesus. And it is true for many of us when we are faced with an illness, an accident, loss of work, death of a loved one. We are suddenly aware only of our loss, and we cannot see a future. But it is there. Jesus knew that he had to face his own death. And we read of his anguish in the Garden of Gethsemane when he pleads for a way out. But at this point in the Gospel narrative, John 12, he is anxious to assist his disciples to live in the world of symbol and of reality, of offering them an everyday example of life and death and new life. Just as the seed in the soil is invisible to the naked eye, experience told them and tells us that in due season, new life will appear and fruit will be brought forth. Both life and death are real and are linked together. His image remains as powerful today as when he spoke of it to his disciples. Kerry Fantelli wrote a poem, Your Mind is a Garden and Your Thoughts are the Seeds, in which she poses the question, what are you growing in the garden of your mind? It is a good question to reflect on in the light of this verse from John's Gospel. There are many different kinds of seeds we can plant. Joy, peace, mindfulness, understanding, empathy, compassion, forgiveness. Or we can fertilize seeds of anger, resentment, envy, fear, greed, hostility, pain. The choice is ours. George Appleton's prayer, "Give me a candle," includes the following lines: "Give me freedom to grow so that I may become my true self, the fulfillment of the seed which you planted in me at my making." Some points to ponder this day in Holy Week. Are you able to contemplate your death and the death of those closest to you? If not, what or who might assist you? What are you clinging to? Ways of living which no longer serve you and which you need to release or allow to die? And what and where do you long for God's recreation, His redemptive and reconciling power to be? And how can you embody or enable that hope of new creation to become a reality?